Hari Om, respected sadhakas, salutations to you. Together let us salute the Guru Parampara, Devata Parampara, Rishis, Munis, Shastra, Parabrahma Tattva, all our elders who are blessing kind us all the time. All our great Rishis, Munis very clearly know what are non-essentials for life, destructive for life, unwanted for life. By devaluing them completely, they never engaged themselves in them. All our rishis, great saints, having exactly known what are essentials for life, they involved in those essentials deeply, fully, from the core of their heart, with total their application, they involved in those essentials very completely, deeply. Whether those essentials were fulfilling the dharma at family, the essentials were the social dharma that have to be fulfilled, the human dharma's values. They were so keen in fulfilling them deeply. They were not lighter or superficial, which generally happens because of laziness and attraction towards so many non essentials. And most essential in all is the spirituality. When it came to spiritual sadhana, also, whether it is karma yoga, whether it is Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, or for that matter, even Vedanta, Uttarmimamsa, Darshana Yoga, or the Jnana Yoga, they were somehow, never left any stone unturned. They were serious, they were sincere, they were deep, fully engaged in that. That maturity they had. Therefore, their doings were the best, their results also were best. You understand? Same way in our life too, when we can recognize what are non essentials and withdraw ourselves from them and know what are essentials. And at this age, for all of us, the essentials are just maintaining ourselves, our health for a long life, and then fully involving in our own adhyatmika, pragati giving adhyatmika sadhanas only. The more we can deeply involve in them, the more there is a joy of doing them and the result benefit also. So why not try today itself? Key, let us try to, like our Rishi Muni, deeply involve in our all the three activities which we are going to do now, fully participating in them. It is the Bhagavata Parayanam and Adhyanam of Dashama Skandha Chaturasitam Adhyaya and also the Adhyatma Ramayanam, the Panchadasha Sargaha, Yuddha Kandaha, and the Ashtottaram also. May let us try, right from the word go, how we can deeply involve, whether it is Pranava Ucharanam, whether it is Veda Shanti Mantra, whether it is Bhagavata Mahima Krita Mantra, or the Guru Parampara or Sankalpa. Let us see how much we are lazy in doing these things with our Moda Buddhi, how much we are distracted into Kshipta Moda, Kshipta Vikshipta through our Rajas, or are we with Ekagrita, the Sattva Guna we are able to do. Here we go, start. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो मत्स्याद्यवतारेभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादिनवग्रहदेवताभ्यो श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तिदत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो श्री आदिपराशक्ति मात्रे मातापितृदेवताभ्यो श्री आद्यशङ्कराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा आशीर्वाद अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराण इतिहास श्रुतिस्मृतिग्रन्थ उक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरूणां देवतानां दर्शन अनुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं पुराणेतिहास शास्त्रोक्त विवेक वैराग्य शमाधि षट्क संपदा मुमुक्षुता भक्ति ज्ञान योग वैराग्यादि साधनानाम् अनुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां योगानां गुरुशिष्य परम्परायाः भक्तभगवत परम्परायाः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण समस्त विश्व व्याप्ति द्वारा अतिशीघ्रगतिना विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति द्वारा विश्व शांति कल्याण एकता सामरस्यता सौभाग्य अभिवृद्धि प्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निष्ठितानाम् अस्माकं सह समस्त भक्तानां साधकानां सेवकानां उपासकानां धर्म संस्थापकानां च बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न निर्मूलन निवारण द्वारा समस्त शक्तिनां साधनानां संपदानां सानुकूलतानां प्राप्ति द्वारा नित्य निरंतर दिव्य भव्य रूपेण धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशम स्कन्धस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशम स्कन्धः। ओम निरोधस्यानुशयनम् आत्मनः सह शक्तिभिः उत्तरार्धः। अथ चतुरशीतितमोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच। Let us chant from the mantra number 34 up to 71. All these 38 mantras let us chant. ॐ नारद उवाच अथो चोरुमुनयो राजन् आभाष्यानकदुन्दुभिं सर्वेषां शृण्वतां राज्ञां तथैवाच्युतरामयोः कर्मणा कर्मनिर्हारः एष साधु निरूपितः यत् श्रद्धया यजेत विष्णुं सर्वयज्ञेश्वरममखैः चित्तस्योपशमं विषमोऽयं वै कविभिः शास्त्रचक्षुषा दर्शितः सुगमो योगः धर्मश्चात्ममुदावहः अयं स्वस्ति अयनः पन्था द्विजातेर्गृहमेधिनः यत् श्रद्धयाप्तवित्तेन शुक्लेनेज्येत पूरुषः वित्तैषणां यज्ञदानैः गृहैर्दारसुतैषणाम् आत्मलोकैषणां देव कालेन विसृजेत बुधः ग्रामे त्यक्तैषणाः सर्वे ययुर्धीराः तपोवनम् ऋणैस्त्रिभिर्द्विजो जातः देवर्षिपितॄणां प्रभो यज्ञाध्ययन पुत्रैस्तानि अनिस्तीर्य त्यजन्पतेत् त्वं त्वद्य मुक्तो द्वाभ्यां वै ऋषि पित्रोर्महामते यज्ञैर्देवऋणम् उन्मुच्य निर्ऋणो अशरणो भव वसुदेव भवान् नूनं भक्त्या परमया हरिं जगताम् ईश्वरं प्रार्चः स यद्वां पुत्रतां गतः श्रीशुक उवाच इति तद्वचनं श्रुत्वा वसुदेवो महावमनाः तान् ऋषीन् ऋत्विजो वव्रे मूर्ध्नानम्य प्रसाद्य च तैनं ऋषयो राजन् वृता धर्मेण धार्मिकं तस्मिन्नयाजयन् क्षेत्रे मखैरुत्तमकल्पकैः तद्दीक्षायां प्रवृत्तायां वृष्णयः पुष्करस्रजः स्नाता सुवाससो राजन् राजानः सुष्ठ्वलङ्कृताः तन्महिष्यश्च मुदिताः निष्ककण्ठ्यः सुवाससः दीक्षाशालाम् उपाजग्मुः आलिप्ताः वस्तुपाणयः नेदुर्मृदङ्गपटः शङ्खभेर्यानकादयः ननृतुर्नटनर्तक्यः तुष्टुवुः सूतमागधाः जगुः सुकण्ठ्यो गन्धर्व्यः सङ्गीतं सह भर्तृकाः तमभ्यषिञ्चन विधिवत् अक्तम् अभ्यक्तं ऋत्विजः पत्नीभिरष्टादशभिः सोमराजम् इवोडुभिः ताभिर्दुकूलवलयैः हारनूपुरकुण्डलैः सरङ्कृताभिर्विवभौ दीक्षितोचिनसंवृतः तस्त्यर्थस्यर्त्विजो महाराज रत्नकौशेयवाससः ससदस्याविरेजुस्ते यथा वृत्रहणो अध्वरे तदा रामश्च कृष्णश्च स्वैर्बन्धुभिरन्वितौ रेजतुः सतुतैर्दारैः जीवेशौ स्वविभूतिभिः ईजेनुयज्ञं विधिना अग्निहोत्रादिलक्षणैः प्राकृतैर्वैकृतैर्यज्ञैर्द्रव्यज्ञानक्रिया ईश्वरम् अथर्त्विग्भ्यो ददात् काले यथा म्नातं सदक्षिणाः स्वलङ्कृतेभ्योऽलङ्कृत्य गोभूकन्यामहाधनाः पत्नी संयाजावभृतैः चरित्वा ते महर्षयः सस्नूरामहृदे विप्रा यजमानपुरःसराः स्नातोऽलङ्कारवासांसि वन्दिभ्यो दात् तथा स्त्रियः ततः स्वलङ्कृतो वर्णान् आश्वभ्योऽन्नेन पूजयेत् बन्धून् सदारान् ससुतान् पारिबर्हेण भूयसा विदर्भकोसलकुरून् काशिकेकय सुञ्जयान् सदस्यर्तिक सुरगणान् सभूत पितृचारणान् श्रीनिकेतम् अनुज्ञाप्य शंसन्तः प्रययुः क्रतुम् धृतराष्ट्रोऽनुजः पार्थाः भीष्मो द्रोणः पृथायमौ नारदो भगवान् व्यासः सुहृत् सम्बन्धि बान्धवाः बन्धून् परिष्वज्य यदून सौहृदात् क्लिन्नचेतसः ययुर्विरह कृच्छ्रेण स्वदेशांश्चापरे जनाः नन्दस्तु सह गोपालैः बृहत्या पूजयार्चितः कृष्णरामोग्रसेनाद्यैः न्यवात्सेत बन्धुवत्सलः वसुदेवोऽञ्जसोत्तीर्य मनोरथमहार्णवम् सुहृद्वृतः प्रीतमना नन्दमाह करे स्पृशन् वसुदेव उवाच भ्रातरीशः कृतः पाशः नृणां यः स्नेहसंज्ञितः तं दुस्त्यजम् अहं मन्ये शूराणाम् अपि योगिनाम् अस्मासु अप्रतिकल्पेयं यत्कृताग्नेषु सत्तमैः मैत्र्यर्पिता अफला वापि न निवर्तेत कर्हिचित् प्राग् अकल्पाच्च कुशलं भ्रातर्वो नाचरामहि अधुना श्रीमदान्धाक्षा न पश्यामः पुरः सतः मा राज्यश्रीरभूतु पुंसः श्रेयस्कामस्य मानद स्वजनान् उत बन्धून् वा न पश्यति ययान्धदृक् श्रीशुक उवाच एवं सौहृदशैथिल्य चित्त आनक दुन्दुभिः रुरोद तत्कृतां मैत्रीं स्मरन् अश्रुविलोचनः नन्दस्तु सख्युः प्रियकृत् प्रेम्णा गोविन्दरामयोः अद्य श्व इति मासान् स्त्रीन् यदुभिर्मानितो अवसतु ततः कामैः पूर्यमाणः सव्रजः सह बान्धवः परार्घ्याभरण क्षौम नानानर्घ्य परिच्छदैः वसुदेवोग्रसेवानाभ्यां कृष्णोद्धवबलादिभिः दत्तम् आदाय पारिबर्हं यापितो यदिभिर्ययौ नन्दो गोपाश्च गोप्यश्च गोविन्दचरणाम्बुजे मनः क्षिप्तं पुनः हर्तुम् अनीशा मथुरां ययुः बन्धुषु प्रतियातेषु वृष्णयः कृष्णदेवताः वीक्ष्य प्रावृषम् आसन्नां ययुर्द्वारवतीं पुनः जनेभ्यः कथयान् चक्रुः यदुदेवमहोत्सवं यदासीत तीर्थयात्रायां सुहृत् सन्दर्शनादिकम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे उत्तरार्धे तीर्थयात्र अनुवर्णनं नाम चतुरशीतितमोऽध्यायः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, श्री भागवत शरणं मम, श्री सद्गुरु शरणं मम, श्री सूत शरणं मम, श्री शुकदेव शरणं मम, श्री व्यासा शरणं मम, श्री नारद शरणं मम, श्री कुमार शरणं मम, श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम, श्री विष्णु शरणं मम, श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम, श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम, शरणं मम, शरणं मम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं। स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्ति अयं रसः, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मा मुञ्चत कर्हिचित्। ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशम स्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः अथ चतुरशीतितमोऽध्यायः। मुनयो ऊचुः नारद उवाच। Friends, in this chapter, after Vasudevji asking by what karma the karma nirhara happens, as a hint, Sri Naradji tells all the rishis don't get embarrassed or doubted or confused for Vasudeva's question to you when his own son is Bhagavan himself. So the answer given is what? Is Sannikarsho hi Martyanam Anadana Karanam. So that was the direct sentence said by Naradji. But we try to find three, four other beautiful reasons behind Vasudeva asking such question to the Rishi and Muni, not to his son Krishna. The one reason is it is the beautiful Surya Grahana Kala, most divine, where anything done thousand times benefit. Second, all the Rishi Muni obtaining them at one place is not easy. Third, a little before only, Krishna himself said, Ki worshipping, getting guidance from the Rishi Muni Brahmana is more greater even than worshipping the God. Therefore, he is that way obeying the words of the Lord Krishna only to get guidance from the Brahmanas Rishi Muni. Fourth one is what? So many Rajas also have come there. So they all exchanged the pleasantries, met each other, loved each other, did their own individual upasana, puja, whatever they could. Now, can there be a program like G20 summit where all can be together and they can be guided? So, therefore, all the listeners, that the people to be knowing the knowledge called as all the Rajas were there and other Prajas were there. Then the guiding people called as great saints and sages also were there. So, how can where there can be such a great occasion than this? Therefore, through asking them Prashna, the Rishi Muni, when the answer is given, everybody will get the answer for the whole lifetime. Keeping this in mind, Sri Vasudevaji asked a question. And then he could have asked many questions regarding Tattva Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Atma Jnana. But he asked a question wherein Karmana Karma Nirhara Katham. Because all those who have come are so much engrossed in doing the karma. And karma within itself has a tendency of creating more and more vasanas, karma bandhana through punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Therefore, how to get rid of the karma through the karma? Again, through the karma only, because they are involved in karma. कर्म ही कर रहे हैं, कर्म छोड़ नहीं सकते. कर्म करने के कारण कर्म संस्कार और कर्म विपाक बढ़ता रहेगा. Therefore, कर्म करते हुए ही कौन से कर्म करने से कर्मों का निर्हरण हो जाता है. Tell us that. Now these Rishi Munis also are so great, so kind, so compassionate. Even though the Raja asked only one question appearing to me superficial, simple, and the first step. While answering that itself, they have answered also all the questions regarding from wherever you are, how you have to get the final stage of becoming one with Lord or getting the moksha. They found in the intention of Vasudevaji, though the question is asked about karma nirhara, but behind it, what are the next steps, next steps, next steps? Therefore, in 3 or 4 or 5 maximum steps, these rishis have answered once for all in the bullet points as to how the life has to be lived by all in general, called as grahasthas, say particularly those who are here assembled as rajas, etc., who are so much engaged in karma kshetra. That is the beauty of the question and the intentions behind. So, to the beauty of the answers given completely by this Rishi Mandali. In the Rishi Mandali, the Vasishta Bhagavan, Veda Vyasa Bhagavan, Narada Bhagavan, Sapta Rishis, and so many other great, great Rishis, list we have seen. सारे लोग थे. So then some of the rishis, whoever they were representing, they gave answer. Vyasaji gives to us, these are the answers given. Okay, what are they? Almost whole topic we saw, but we'll just once more browse through just to see whether we got the essence of all these steps or not. All the steps with the clarity we understood or not. Just to find it, we will see what is the answer given by the rishis. So beautiful, so wonderful is this sequence of answers. First, Atha Uchuhu Munayaha. So now the Munis have spoken. After Sri Naradji spoken, kept, gave the mic to them. Ki Rajan Abhashya Anaka Dundubhim. Raja Parikshit addressing to Anaka Dundubhi Vasudeva, the Rishayaha Atha Munayaha Uchuhu. So they respected his question. So they never did not postpone it. They never got frightened or confused, nor they told, he let Krishna answer it, nor they said, you asked your father, why are you asking us? No. For them also, that is a great opportunity to address in one go all the Rishi Muni, all the Rajas. Like tomorrow in G20 summit, I believe some of the Hindu great saints, if they are called to address the whole meet, at least online for half an hour, 3 or 4 people, they can talk about some mantras of Upanishads Veda, talking about universal oneness, and also the need of spiritual evolution, and also the problems that come to the prakriti, to the individual, to all the flora and fauna because of excessive bhautika vada. If some 4 or 5 topics are given to 4 or 5 cents and 10 10 minutes, if you can address this, such a very very great gathering tomorrow from big 2022 nations, they are gathering. I can, there's a dearth of great Pahuncheve Mahatmas in our Bharata Varsha right now. There are very many. Oh, powerful. They can really convey the message by hitting at the nail, what you call it as, perfectly. Appreciating them, telling them that you are from many lives doing this great punya, therefore you have become the kings or the rulers of such a huge nation of so much of population. It is your earned thing. You are really blessed. You deserve all appreciations. Along with that, you have big responsibility also for redeeming yourself, not allowing yourself to fall down, in redeeming your own nations from their economic poverties, from the spiritual poverties. These are the things, these have to be done at your individual level, at your national level, at your between other nations and continents. This is how the attitude should be. This is how the intention should be. There are no more days of hiding from each other. Everyone knows everyone. Therefore, the only way is to drop all the differences of all sorts. Don't discuss the differences, they are endless, they only create problems. Whatever, wherever the unities that can be brought, let that be brought into synergy. So let us work together for the entire humanity's prosperity and good. Let us not trouble the Prakriti also. Let us not waste the resources also. Let us not, just because we have the mind, intellect to think anything, imagine anything, let us not do that wrong thing of creating all the bitternesses between ourselves. So I'm not talking to you as an Indian saint. In general, how the humanity has to grow, as said by the entire the parampara of the great saints, from right from the creation. This is what we are speaking to you. Don't take it as any advice or any of the order or in educating you, but this is a chance is given. So we are just encashing it to say only with one intention of every human to grow in the world. That's because of our love for you all unconditional. You know, in this way, touching the heart. If it is spoken to them, 22 देशों में 2 देशों को भी वो लग जाए, फायदा हो जाएगा ना, है ना? Is it not? The religious harmony, the economic development together, the de-escalation of the tensions between the nations by solving the solvable issues. In this way, some people can guide. Here also, the rishis thought, Sare Raja log wholesale mil gaye. So the best of the answers we give them in short. Because they're all karma, kandi, busy people. More talking you do to them, satsanga भाग जाएंगे हो. इसलिए थोड़े में मोहि कहूँ समझाई, थोड़े ही कहूँ समझ. That Bhagavan Rama also says to Lakshmana, थोड़े में बताओ तो बेटा तुमको, लंबा चौड़ा नहीं. That way. So, what are the answers now given by the rishis? Ki sarvesham shrunvatam rajñam. That is what I said. All the rajas were listening, not only Vasudeva. Vasudeva ke tarf aaye wale sare. From that, Yaduvamshar Dwaraka, Kuru Srunjaya Kaikayadi. Here also the Pandavas who are all there, and many people whoever have come, all the Rajnyam, Shrunadam, and all the Rajas were attentively listening to the answer what they are going to be speaking to question of Vasudeva, Tata Eva Achyuta Ramayoho. Even Bhagavan Krishna, Balarama also were keenly listening to the knowledge given by the rishis. Okay, first thing, karmana karma nirharaha. So by the karma, removal of the karma samskara vasana or all of that is possible. They did not deny by saying no. कर्म करते रहो तो फंसते जाओगे, सब छोड़कर सीधा संन्यास करो. दे हैव नॉट मिसगाइडेड लाइक दैट. अब सारे सन्यासी है ना, जैसा भी बोल रहा था भाई, all the संत लोग should address to them. Now if they in fact promote so much of give up everything and take up sannyas and do your own sadhana and become realized saint, and by the time G20 is over, all the leaders of the all countries who have come, सब संन्यास लेकर अपने देश जा रहे मानो, लाल ऑरेंज कपड़ा लेकर पूरा देश सत्यानाश हो जाएगा. Sannyasa and moksha is the main goal of life, ultimate goal of life, but not immediate. Immediate it will happen when you work out through. That is the wiseness of a wise person. Which is a wise person? To guide. Like in Gita, Krishna very clearly he says ki na buddhivedam janayet ajnanam karma sanginam. Those who are not purified and become highly matured with vairagya, qualified for the knowing the truth, those are not at that level, who still have karma phala sakti. Even it can be the selfish karma or serving the world. To those people, by disturbing their mind, don't take away them from the karma kshetra. Karma sanginam buddhivedam na janayet. Don't create doubt in them. Don't create the two minds in them when they are engaged in the actions. Let them do slowly, steadily, by dropping the karma phala sakti, by directing the actions to the divinity. In this way, slowly mold them. Straight away, don't make them stop working without qualification. They become extremely lazy. On the other hand, Krishna says here, Joshet sarva karmani vidwan. The Vidwan should be he who inspires the people who are engaged in the karma with more and more undertakings. How? Yuktaha samacharan. He himself tuned to the truth inside, but outside acting or samyakacharan, doing all the actions more vigorously than them. Dekha? Encourage. Otherwise, na, on the name of spirituality, people become lazy, irresponsible. Some of us are like that. वी थिंक वी आर स्पिरिचुअल, देवर सारे काम का सबको छोड़कर हम इतना लेजी बनते हैं, खा पी के सो जाते हैं, which is wrong. Biggest danger with the spirituality, if it is not rightly understood, is it induces the lethargy, laziness. Gurudev ji is best example, not allowing that to happen with all his spiritual goals, which he achieved and wanted to spread to the world. He was aggressively, dynamically involved in the karma only. Throughout life, any of the great saint worthy, all of them involved in karma of some or the other sort. Adhyatmika pravachana karma, establishing educational institutions or all the hospitals karma, other social services, kuch bhi ho, they have not allowed the pure conscious self covered by the Trigunatmaka Maya, especially the Tamoguna of the Trigunas. There is a danger. I am telling you the explanation to the quotation of Gita where Bhagavan says, Karma sanginam jananam buddhivedam na janayet, then joshayet, sarva karmani josh karao, vidwan yukta samacharan. Why that quotation I gave? These sannyasi rishis never said, Raja log sab chhod ke tum dhyan mein lago. No. They said, karma karte raho, but there is a way for karma nirhara also. And yesha, which we are going to tell you, is sadhu nirupitaha. Not once, twice, every time it is proved. The technique which we are going to give, when in practices, all the karma, vasana, samskaras created from many lives because of doing karma with ego and swartha. And those karma samskaras are going to yield punarapi jananam maranam vala, which leads to again doing more and more karma, thus totally going away from spirituality, getting lost. Not only in karma karma phala, but in that if papa karma dushkarma are done, the result will be very detrimental up to the level of going to naraka ityadi. All that is removed. So non-positive removed, positive achieved, spiritual also gained, step by step, by the technique which we are going to give you as a technique for the karma nirhara. That also karma only. So ये कर्म करने से सारे कर्मों का निर्हरण हो जाता है. ये साधु निरूपित, बहुत भली बात ही अच्छी तरह से बहुत बार सबके लिए जिन जिन्होंने किया है निरूपित किया गया. इट वॉज प्रोवन. तो ट्राइड टेस्टेड प्रोवन कर्म कांडा वी आर टेलिंग यू बाय विच द कर्म निर्हार हैपेंस. And what it is, in one line only they give, not many details, little explanation they give. So simple it is to listen and grasp. One, yat shraddhaya yajet vishnum sarva yagna ishwaram makaihi. So sarva yagna ishwaram vishnum, that the Lord who is the Ishvara of all yagnas, Lord who is the Ishvara of all yagnas. Why the Lord is the Ishvara of all yagnas? Because two, when He alone is given all the yagnas to be performed by us. Where did He give? In all the Vedas ityadi. Therefore, who is the giver of all yagnas? He. Therefore, He is the yagna Ishvara. Second is what? The whole world, what is happening at every moment is nothing but yagna, yagna, yagna. Whether it is Surya giving sun and heat and light, it is yajna. Wind blowing is a yajna. Raining is a yajna. Bhumata giving all the fasal, that is a yajna. Each of the beings coordinating, cooperating with each other, knowingly or unknowingly, sustaining the jiva koti, jiva ta in the prithvi, that's yajna. The coordination between moon and earth and sun, moon and the earth, sun and all planets, सब इस दुनिया में यज्ञ ही चल रहा है. यज्ञ is that in which every individual performs to the best of his abilities, but the result outcome is not for any one individual but for the total. So thus the whole world, every moment the yajna is alone happening. Mind you, who is the one who is conducting that yajna? That Lord only. For this second reason, he is called as Yajna Ishwaram, Sarva Yajna Ishwaram. So for all of us, what yajnas have to be done, given by him, therefore he is Yagneshwara. The whole world is continuously the yajna alone is happening by him only the Lord. Therefore he is the Sarva Yagneshwara. To that Sarva Yagneshwara, Makhaihi, by various yajnas, we have to do yajna, yajeta, we have to worship him. This is the karma which you have to do, by which the karma nirhara happens. Yeah. Only one thing we have to add is not that Vasudeva Adi have not done any yajnas earlier. They have done so many yajnas. Okay. The difference between all those yajnas, the yajnas suggested by these people, rishis, is this much. All the earlier yajnas were done sakamena, sakama rupena, aiming at some phala. राज्य का अभिवृद्धि हो, कोषागार का अभिवृद्धि हो, सत्संतति हो जाए, या राज्य का शक्ति बढ़े, या दूसरे देश के राजा अटैक ना करे. सो सम और द अदर ऐहिक आमुष्मिक कर्म फल आसक्ति से दिस यज्ञास वर डन. द संकल्प ऑफ दैट यज्ञास वाज दैट. नाउ दिस यज्ञ का स्पेशलिटी का है, not expecting any such भौतिक profit, but this yajna sankalpa is what? Karma nirhara. बाकी सारे कर्म कर्म फल प्राप्ति के लिए थे. ये वाला यज्ञ और जो कर्म संस्कार या प्रारब्ध इत्यादि संचित है उसको निकालने के लिए. Do you understand? Because the question was that karma nirhara, if you want, naturally in that yajna you have to do the sankalpa for that only. That is called as in every of the upasanas or the yajnas. The RITHVIKS, if they are worthy naming, if they are matured, if you have learned from that puja from their gurus, not just studying the book here and there or online, they go in all of them. When they do the sankalpa, first sentence, what do they say? Each of you who are listening this talk now might have heard it every time when you went to any puja in any temple or any of the yajna done by a wise Ritvik or Pujari. First sentence is what? Mama upata samasta duritakshaya dwara Shri Parameshwara Pretyartham. Clear? First is upata duritakshaya. That is called karma nirahara. First वही बोलना पड़ता है. Then second is Sri Parameshwara Pretyartham. After that, in other yajnas, other kamanas also are kept inside in that sankalpa. Here, instead of the kamanas, we say Antakarana Shuddhyartham, Guru Daiva Prasada Siddhyartham, Shastra Jnana Prapti Dwara, Sadhana Prapti Dwara, Paramatma Anubhava Siddhyartham. Like that, you and I are doing nowadays before every class, the sankalpa. See, Mama Upata, Mama means Mujhe Mera, Upata means collected from many, many lives. What? Samasta Durita. All the karma phalas or samskaras or prarabdhas or sanchita karma. They are all Durita. Punya ho, papa ho, dono paap hi, because they give the punarapi jananam, they don't allow us toward the Lord. Therefore, us Durita ka kshaya, nash karne ke dwara, then let the heart become pure. In that pure heart, let the Lord feel happy with me. Sri Parameshwara Narayana Janardana Pretyartham. Then other sankalpa, then so and so puja yagnam. Aham karishye if it is one, vayam karishyamahe if it is samashti. So this is the sadhu nirupita karma by which all karma nirhara or upata durita kshaya happens. What is that? Sarva yajna Ishwaram Vishnum Makhaihi Yajeta. And in that, what is to be done? Yat Shraddhaya. Shraddha is at three levels. What is the Sankalpa Shraddha? What is Sankalpa Shraddha? Upata Durita Kshaya hona hai humko. Karma Nirhara hona chahiye. There should be no doubt in the Sankalpa. Shraddha Yukta Sankalpa. Second is the Shraddha in practicing all the steps involved in that yajna. This is called the practical Shraddha. Third is what? Definitely the Lord is receiving all this yajna, upasana, prarthana and is going to bless us with the sankalpa which we made called as let this lead to our karma nirahara. That is भगवान के ऊपर श्रद्धा, the process के ऊपर श्रद्धा और जो चाहत है आपका उसके ऊपर श्रद्धा. इधर श्रद्धा से कर्म निर्हार नहीं मांगा, बीच में बाकी चीजों को भी ऐड कर दी मानो, फिर उसका कहना उस शुद्धता नहीं है संकल्प में. देयर इज अ कंफ्यूजन. We are asking the karma nirahara also, and you are asking for some of the phala of this or that world. Bhagwan is not confused. He gives both of them. But the outcome is what? Karma nirahara will not happen. Because you have asked for something other than karma nirahara. Karma nirahara means karma ka nirmulana karna, haran karna. Totally removing the karma vasana, samskaras, prarabdhas. So, by heart this line meaning, if you can't remember the shloka. Yat shraddhaya yajed vishnum sarva yagneshwaram makhaihi. With variety of the yajnas, which you are allowed to do, which you can do with your resources, do the yajanam upasana of the sarva yagna Ishwara Vishnu. Shraddha se. Shraddha in the sankalpa, in the process, in the grace of the God. Then your कर्म निर्हार हो जाएगा. So इस एक लाइन में हो गया पूरा आंसर. Now every king can invite their own पुरोहित पंडित जी every month ऐसे कुछ यज्ञ करवाते जाए जिससे सारा कर्म निर्हार होता रहेगा. Because knowingly unknowingly we might have created in that 1 or 2 months some karma phala, karma samskara. Because the ego, the likes, dislikes, the mind's projection have not dried up or ended because we have not done Chittavritti Nirodha Yoga, we have not done total Sharanagati of Bhakta, nor we have discovered ourselves to be the Sakshi to the Vrittis. So ये कर्म भक्ति अष्टांग ज्ञान योग हमने संपूर्ण नहीं किया. And we are involved in the kingdom and the affairs. I am talking about all the rajas. Therefore, they might have included or collected so much of karma. So therefore, every month or every 6 months or every year, he can do that yajna. In this way, एक्चुअल क्वेश्चन का एक्चुअल आंसर हो गया. कर्मणा कर्म निर्हारः यथा स्यातु. आंसर इज व्हाट? श्रद्धया सर्वयज्ञेश्वरम विष्णु मखैः यजेतु. हो गया. Now, the other benefits also of this doing yagna ityadi to propitiate Sarva Yagneshwara, the Lord, through the yajnas. The other 3 or 4 results the rishis are telling, so that and these results, all of them inspire them really to take up doing the upasana of the Ishvara through yajnas. Ishvara is Lord Krishna, Narayana, Vishnu. What are the other benefits? One, chittasya upashamaha. And when you are involved in the activity, mind becomes so much rajasic. And the karma phala may not be expected, whether it is selfish karma phala or selfless. That also creates the ashanti in the chitta. But when you have worshipped the Lord in this nishkama bhava, chitta ka upasham ho jata hai. And for a human being, more greater benefit than the peace of mind, what else can be batao? Do you want, amidst all the millions of rupees around you, the mind is so disturbed? Do we agree for it? On the other hand, stay in a jungle without anything, but the mind is calm, quiet, peaceful, cheerful, blissful. Or yeah, that is more valuable than this disturbed mind. Therefore, चित्त का उपशम हो जाएगा इससे ही. And this is said by Kavi Bihi, Shastra Chakshusha. The Kavis who have studied Shastras, or the Kavis to whom the Shastras are revealed, or the Kavis who practice the Shastra. By them, this is envisaged that Chittaka Upashama, when you do the Yajna to Yagneshwara Bhagavan with Shraddha. First benefit is, as asked by Vasudeva, Karma Nirhara. Second benefit में ये है कि चित्तस्य उपशमः. Third one is what? Dharmaha. This is the actual dharma to be practiced. Dharma is a duty to perform the yajnas to the Lord, asking him to remove all the karma samskara, कर्म निर्हार के लिए. ये धर्म है. दूसरा बात हो गया. तीसरा फाइनल क्या है? आत्ममुदावह. There is a moda, there is prasannata, there is ananda. The chittasya upashama is the removal of rajotamo. The atma nirvruti, atma mudavaha means it gives so much of happiness, peace in the mind of doing something great. Extend it to some more level. Atma mudavaha means avaha means bringer, the one who brings. Avaha, avahan karna. Muda means ananda. Atma is the self. So if you interpret it in this way, Atma Mudavaha means this yajna only, after purifying your heart, giving you an idea to go to the gurus, etc., listening from them the Tattva Jnana, so that Tattva Atma Anand जो है ना, वो भी दिलाने में ये पहला step होता है. So therefore, the 4 things. 1. Deep-rooted karma vasanas, samskaras, prarabdhas, ganave. Second, the chitta chanchalata disturbance gone away. Third, it prompts us to do the dharma whole life. Fourth, first it gives the satisfaction, happiness in the mind. Second, it qualifies us for the Atma Ananda Prapti through the Jnanam. So in this way, for all these 4 things, doing the yajna to the Ishvara with Shraddha is the sadhana. See Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter. Whole thing is that only. Every chapter, everywhere we see doing this yajna upasana. देखो, whatever duties that are given to us, doing them with the yajna bhavana also is yajna. But actually, as envisaged by the Vedas, propitiating the Lord through the proper yajna prakriya of making the yajna kunda, kindling the fire in that, and with all the RITHVIKS help, with the huge mantra ucharana, offering all obligations. The Vedas said yajna is main. Every duty you do with selflessness, keeping everybody's interest in mind, that also the yajna, but it is interpreted yajna, which also helps. But the purpose or the meaning of yajna as per the Vedas is doing these correct, clear yajnas. So there are three yajnas that way for us. One is the karma yajna, where every naukri duty you are doing it for the sake of all. Like I am doing this karma duty of giving this satsanga. This is a karma yajna. When I do it selflessly in the interest of all. Secondly, dravya yajnas, wherein we offer all oblations in the yajna kunda proper mantrocharan ke साथ सही ढंग से. Third is called the Jnana Yagnam, where through the study of Shastras, the fire of knowledge kindled in that the ignorance, the delusions, the bad habits, the wrong values of Ragadvesha, everything of them are offered as Swaha Swaha. So the Jnana Yajna, the Dravya Yajna, then the Karma Yajna. Clear? Generally we are telling. Particularly here, the answer is Nishkama Bhavase, for the removal of the karma, samskara or prarabdha, do the yajna. So without stopping there, the further benefits also he is telling to help us or tell us to include. The Rishi is telling, include these three also in the sankalpa. So कर्म निर्हार हो जाए, चित्त का उपशम हो जाए, हमारा द्वारा धर्म का निर्वहन हो, फाइनली जो आत्म मोदावह, तो आत्मा अनुभव को दिलाने वाला साधना भी हमसे हो जाए. So all the four you add and do this. Yagjeta, Makaihi, Yagneshwaram. Then your question is answered. The other three things which you have not asked, they also are blessed to you, given to you. Chitta ka upashama bhi, dharma ka जीवन भी, and the parama dharma of moksha through bhakti or jnana. In course of time we get qualification, we get opportunities, we get the guidance, we get the strength to perform them, we will be able to perform them, we will get the result also. So in this way, in these two 1.5 shloka, the answer given. Okay. Now for the grastas, what they have to do? Thereafter, from there, where they have to jump into the next level, how to do those things also in a very simple, unambiguous, crystal clear words, the rishis are telling. Answer हो गया. मेन प्रश्न का आंसर भी हो गया. उसके साथ ऋषि लोग भी मोक्ष मिलने तक क्या करना है वो भी इसमें बता चुके हैं. इन दैट संकल्प में you have done sankalpa for all the four, then Bhagwan blesses you with that thing, you have to receive it. Like, कर्म निर्हार का कारण होता है when you don't expect the karma phala. So when you have done the yajna to Narayana, he blesses us with this wisdom that I have to do the yajna or the kingdom ruling without any phala sakti. Karma nirhar ho gaya. Second, we have done the sankalpa for chitta se upashama. So therefore, some type of good knowledge or the wisdom or some devotional opportunity Lord gives. So, catching them, encashing them, we have to use it for really upashama of the chitta all the time. Third thing we have done is dharma nirvahana. Therefore, the Lord's blessings tells what dharma exactly to be done as Raja and how to do. So that revelation you have to use it. Thus you have evolved. Fourth level, because in the Sankalpa, the Atmajnana Prapti, Sankalpa is also there. Then from within also, a thought will come a time of maturity. May enough of ruling all the kingdom. Let me give it to children, etc. Let me go for my tapasya, my jnana prapti, moksha. That thought and that opportunity comes, encash it. Do that. So your prayers to the Lord answers the prayers by giving the facilities. Using those facilities, you have to grow in your life till the last stage of emancipation through jnana or bhakti. So in this way, in this 1.5 shloka, the complete answer is given. Yet those rishis in the next 2.5, 3 shlokas, further they guide. They say, for all the Dvijatis, that is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, when they are in the Grahastha Ashrama, okay, along with doing the Grahastha Dharma, Nirvana, of taking care of wife, husband, or children, parents, in-laws, outlaws, and also doing the Dharma of whatever your Vritti Dharma, which earns you the livelihood, which also helps the society as your contribution. Along with that, every Dvijati, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, uh, Grihasthas should do this also. So other than the kings, there are very many others also are there. So question may be of Vasudeva, but answer should be to useful to everyone because they are also audience there. Therefore the rishis say in the next sloka, I am swasti ayanaha pantha. And swasti is the most benevolent ultimate good. Ayana means destination. Pantha is the path. So this is the path reaching to the destination of ultimate good. This is the path reaching one to the destination of ultimate good. For whom? For Dvijatehe and Grahamedinaha. For the Dvijati, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, because these three are given the Samskara, Yagnopavita, therefore they are called as Dvijati. Why they are not including the fourth one? वो पार्लियामेंट में डिस्कस करो, वो पॉलिटिक्स में फाइट करो. What we are doing is भागवत में जो पढ़ा है हम पढ़ रहे हैं. Let us study and understand it. Keep the questions apart later on. And then to your question, the answer is what? There is no द्विजाति, no. सारा वर्ण संकर सत्यानाश हो गया. अब जिसके दिमाग में ये बात घुसा वो करो बस. That is the answer for all such funny questions in a confused era of all confusions regarding varnas and ashramas. अब क्या करें? So we are studying Shastra where the varna ashrama vyavastha was systematically going on. What is the answer at that time? And the confused state of time में like now try to maintain your brahmana kshatriya vaishyatva and do the things at least 3/4 तो चालू हो गया ना. अभी सूत्र है, they will learn from the earlier elderly people, live a life of nismarthata, so that just a question of only one life only. The next life they only will be born as brahmana kshatriya vaishya. अभी जल्दबाज क्या है उसका प्रश्नों का आप बाहर रखो. सो द्विजाते हैं गृह में दिन. For a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Grihastha, this is called Swasti Ayana Marga. This is what takes one to the ultimate Marga, ultimate goal. This path takes them to ultimate goal. And that Grahamedin, while doing all his Grihastha ashramas, one more thing they have to add as a compulsory thing. What it is, so clear, so simple, so beautiful. देखो ऊपर जो बताया उसी को दोहराते हुए एक चीज ऐड करते हैं बस. What it is कि यत श्रद्धया, be attentive, आप्त वित्तेन शुक्लेन इज्जेत पुरुषः. So your Rama, Grahasthashrama dharmas of doing your duties, fulfilling your social obligations, taking care of the domestic requirements, taking care of your own family, dependents, etc. ये तो गृहमेधी के रूप में कर ही लो. उसके साथ श्रद्धया आप्त वित्तेन शुक्लेन पूरुषम यजेता. This is swasti ayana pantha. The general grahasthashrama dharmas are to avoid the sin of omission. If you don't do them, then you will be in that sin of omission. That's called as प्रत्यवाय दोष. जो करना है नहीं करते हैं तो उसको अवॉइड करने के लिए वो धर्म है. But to same grahasthas, to the same dvijati, if they want to go to the swasti ayana, to the direction or the goal of all blessedness, what they have to do along with their dharmas, yajeta purusham. They also must do frequently, regularly, that Purusha Paramatma ka yajna, which is said earlier, same. It is specifically told here to a grahasthas who are in this brahmacharya, sorry, Grahamedinaha Trivarna, first three, Dvijatibhyaha. But one important instruction here is, two instructions, let us say. One is Shraddhaya, second is Apta Vittena Shuklena. Clear? With the wealth earned Shuklena in a righteous path. So righteous path से अर्न किया हुआ धन से श्रद्धा के साथ वो भगवान का उपासना करना चाहिए. सब गृहस्थों को यज्ञ करना चाहिए. So after listening this now, with all your hard earned money, once in a month, etc., धुआंधार जबरदस्त यज्ञ आपके घरों में होना चाहिए. घर में ही कराओ मैक्सिमम. In case of any inconvenience for any reasons, go to the mandira where there is a yajnashala is there, the pujaris are there, you give them dakshina, they do it. But we are getting today The authority from Bhagavata, from the mouth of all the great saints and sages, as an answer to the question of none other than Vasudeva, in the presence of Bhagavan Balarama and Krishna, so too in the very auspicious place of Syamantha Panchakam during the most divine time of Surya Grahana. We are getting a message that with the properly earned wealth, we have to do the yajna upasana to the Purusha Paramatma with Shraddha. अब इससे स्पष्ट कौन बोलेगा? उनकी कृपा हो जाएगी, देन एवरीथिंग हियर एंड हियर आफ्टर का भगवान देखभाल करेंगे. भगवान के साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या है? इफ यू डोंट इन्वॉल्व हिम, इनवाइट हिम, कॉल हिम, स्पेशली विल नॉट ब्लेस. जनरली ही विल टेक केयर ऑफ द होल यूनिवर्स, लाइक ही विल टेक केयर ऑफ बफेलो, द एंड्स एंड ऑल. उस कैटेगरी में हमको भी हेल्प करेंगे वो. He's giving the rains, he's giving in general, but particularly to sort out our problems, issues, to bless us with the special benefits, to bless us with the higher evolutions. Consciously, we have to ask him and do something to please him. That asking is sankalpa, doing something to please him is called yagna. So, apta vittena shuklena shraddhaya yajeta purusham. By whom? Dvijatina gruhamedina. Dvijate gruhamedina. Ayam swasti ayana pantha. This doing frequently, this yajnas, upasanas, will slowly put him in the direction of the swasti, the most blessedness and auspiciousness. Okay? Now, having done this way for certain years, every month हमारे घर में यज्ञ हो रहा है, या every 2 months. You specially choose the day depending on your own. If you are Shiva Bhakta, you are taken on Trayodashi day. Vishnu Bhakta, you do it on Ekadashi day. और देवी का भक्ता है, select one of the शुक्रवार. अब जैसा भी हो, कोई पौर्णमासी में अलग अलग यू अलग अलग डिस्कस विद योर आचार्य और पुरोहित डिसाइड कर लो. हमारे घर में हर पौर्णमासी में यज्ञ होता है, एकादशी में होता है. No need to invite all. You are doing for your Lord, for asking him to put in the swasthena mark. Okay, in that again, like it was in general told to others, the sankalpa should be karma nirhara. Here for the grahasthas, the sankalpa is put us in the swasthayana marg. Maybe not be get lost only in the karma phala of samsara, of janma marana from one unity to the other. That tired, fatiguing, exhausting thing, we want to be on the swasti marga. उसको संकल्प बनाकर, again don't do those यज्ञास with the संकल्प कि मेरे और 10 शादियां हो जाए और 40 बच्चे हो जाए और 20 फैक्ट्रियां बन जाए, then that is all मूर्खता. Then you are going more away from the swasti marga, because the swasti marga is only in obtaining the Lord, in experiencing the truth. There is no other way. Right now you are in Grahastha Ashrama bondage. Continue. But when you do these yajnas, Lord's grace will come and He will slowly mold you to that Swasti Marga. When will that happen? In the very same life, as your responsibilities are finishing, etc. For that, the next 3 slokas they are going to explain. We will see just now only. तो यहाँ तक समझ में आ गया ना भाई? ऑल द्विजातिभ्यः ऑल गृहमेदिनः शुक्लेन उपात्तवित्तेन श्रद्धया, what they have to do, कि पुरुषः इज्जेता, the Lord has to be worshipped. क्लियर? इसका सिंपल मीनिंग क्या हुआ? हर 2 महीने में एक बार कोई पंडित जी को लेकर फिक्स करो, पंडित जी को भी. हाँ, अच्छा नहीं लगे साल के बाद बदलो. 6 महीने 6 बार, एक साल 2 महीने के बाद अब आइए यज्ञ करिए. संकल्प मैं जो कह रहा हूँ वो करना. यू टेल द संकल्प, हमारे पूरा घर परिवार स्वस्थ मंगल भक्ति ज्ञान मार्ग में भगवत अनुग्रह पावे. दैट पंडित जी आल्सो विल बी सरप्राइज टू सी योर संकल्प. उनको भी अकल आएगा. This is specifically for Swasti Marga. Other than that, for you want to have little money, more problems should be sorted out. Your children have to get married on time, their उद्योगम, आरोग्य of all of you. उसके लिए जो अलग करना करते रहो. That is again every day they have to do. All grahasthas are supposed to do the nitya agnihotra, nitya upasana of the ishta devata and kula devata. और उनमें तो आप ये सकाम संकल्प भी कर रहे हो ना. और ये कहने के लिए एक ऋषि मुनि लोगों की जरूरत नहीं, वो सब जानते थे उन दिनों में. ये these rishi muni are answering now from their point, even though Vasudeva is not asked the marga for the swasthayana. Especially addressing all the Dijati, all the Grasta. If possible, please add doing the Yajna with the Shukla Arjita wealth with Shraddha for your Swasthayana Marg. ये हो गया दूसरा बात. थर्ड वन क्या है अभी? Slowly these Grastas, as the time passing, one by one Eshana they have to drop and take the sannyasa and do the sadhana and reach Paramatma. These are not asked by Vasudeva. But they are taking a chance to tell what is given in Shastras or what are the final possibilities up to the level of moksha to every human being. वो लोग अपॉर्चुनिटी लेकर कह रहे. अब ऐसा कोई पाबंदी है कि हमने जो पूछा वही जवाब दो, दूसरा मत देना, जो हमने नहीं पूछा मत बताओ? ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना गुरुओं के लिए. वी डोंट ऑर्डर द गुरुस लाइक दैट. नो, यू मे टेल इट योर चिल्ड्रन, मैं जो पूछा बता, तू दूसरा क्यों बोल रहा है? You may say to your children, you can't say it to Mahatmas. And when Mahatmas say something other than what we ask, only if it is very much useful to us, then only they tell, out of their compassion. That he did not ask because he has no maturity even to ask that question. But I have the maturity that they know, they should know this answer. So even that they don't ask, I will tell. Like what was Arjuna's question? Only one. कि युद्ध करूं या ना करूं, इन दोनों में कौन सा धर्म है वो बताओ. His question was only that much. Yet Shreya Syat Nishchitam Bruhi Tanme Shishyasteham. Because his doubt was, युद्ध करूं कि ना करूं. कार्पण्य दोष उपतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वाम. What are you asking? धर्म सम्पूर्ण चेता. तो युद्ध करना धर्म है कि नहीं करना? But भगवान did not answer only that. No. He लगाया झड़ी 18 chapters का 17, उसमें मोक्ष तक का सारा ज्ञान अर्जुन ने नहीं मांगा, फिर भी भगवान ने दी. Because the fellow that time may not be ready, mature to listen to a question, ask to have a question, but he deserves the answer. Sometimes question is asked, but answer is not deserved. Gurus never give answer. Sometimes question unasked, but they deserve answer. The gurus take initiative to give the answer. Like in Mundaka, he asked, "What is that knowing which everything is known?" But Guru did not answer it directly. He said, Dve Vidya Veditavye. There are two Vidyas. One is Paravidya and Aparavidya. All these fall in the category of Aparavidya because they don't give you moksha. Paravidya is called this is called Paravika, this gives moksha. That way he guided. Sometimes disciples are wise like Nachiketa. They don't want any other advice or guidances. They are specific in their desire, their want, because they are pakka. They said, you tell me what is the Brahma Jnana. बाकी मेरे को बोलना ही नहीं आप. He is very clear about it. वरस्तमे वर्णी से एवः एयं प्रेते विजिकित्सा मनुष्य अस्ति इत्येके नायम अस्ति इति चैके एतद् विद्या मनुष्यत्वयाहं वराणामेष वरस्तुति. See how variety of people they are there. The disciples, the bhaktas, approaching the Guru or Rishi, how do they guide? So here, Vasudeva asked only how to do karmanihara, but he deserves the knowledge up to moksha. Not only he, all of them, because they all have come from long distances here in that kshetra for the grahana to get purified. So we go as saints there for this purpose only, to bless the deserving candidates. So all of them are deserving now. They all have assembled to have Krishna's darshan also. It is good on our part to give them path for moksha. So first path for moksha for the grahasthas is, while doing all the grahastha ashrama dharma, occasionally, frequently, they have to do the yajna to Paramatma with the honestly and the wealth, with the sankalpa for swasthayana marga. नॉट फॉर अगेन ग्रस्त में फंसने वाला, वो तो अलग करते जाओ जरूरत के हिसाब से, बट ये करो. हो गया. Now once this is done, as one grows maturedly, going through all gamut of life, as one comes to the age of 58, 60, 65, this is how his attitude be. Or in advance, even though right now you have married and got into Grahastha Ashrama, have a clear picture of how you have to go through the Grahastha Ashrama and what should be it. It's a final outcome. Both ways. जो जी चुके हैं गृहस्थ आश्रम को, पहुंच गए 60 तक, या जो अभी शुरू किया, तो अभी जो शुरू किया है उनको फॉर इंफॉर्मेशन, फॉर फ्यूचर यूज. Already those who have gone through Grihastha Ashrama, it is a wisdom and a guidance for them to use right now. Think the same. So, what is the thing they told? The four Ashanas are there, cross one by one and deserve for the Brahma Prapti by taking the inner and outer sannyas. आजकल के दिन में ये बोलना मुश्किल है, लेकिन उन दिनों में and that too with those great saints and sages, nothing wrong there. That's what is mentioned in the Shastras, Upanishad, Vedanta ग्रंथों में. पुराण इतिहास में संन्यास का ज़्यादा जिक्र नहीं होता, because पुराण इतिहास talk about the devatas, they themselves are grihasthas, most of them. Every god has some consort with him. But the Veda Vangmaya of the Upanishads, it's of the sannyasa ashrama and for them only, na? That is what the तत्व ज्ञान वाला. तो इसलिए वो समय में वो ऋषि लोग बोलते थे, है ना? Some of the great rishis are in the vanaprastha there, along with the spouse. Some of them, the spouse also is there, but both of them are in the sannyasa sthiti, because where will you leave her to? Why leave also? Let her also become sadhika, and he is also sadhu. They may stay, but then not as a pati patni. There are so many varieties of possibilities that are there in the world. So these are all less wanted details than the main topic. So into that we will not go. So straight away, what are the four ashanas which we have to transcend so that the mind is qualified in the sannyasa mood to be ready to listen to the Mahavakyas from the Guru through the vicharana of which Tattvajnana, Tattvanubhuti gained moksha. First, he says, Ki vitta eshanam yajnadanaihi. Right from the beginning, seek kar tayar rakho. Yeah, already if you have come up to the age of 55, 60, through doing yajnas, and in the yajna, by giving lot of dana to the yagnikas, puja, upasaka, whatever the purohitas are there, your eshana means dependency. Eshana is the slavery towards the vitta. So your dependency on the vitta, your slavery to the vitta, your greed of the vitta, your hoarding of the vitta, totally your attention on the vitta should be conquered by yajna dana. So through the yajna, you are worshipping the God by which you know the Lord will take care of you. You need not put your mind for the wealth. And by giving the dana, your ownership on the wealth also is gone. Ownership gone by dana, then the sustenance will be there by God's grace because you are doing yajna. With this, vitta yeshana ko chodo, that the money or wealth should not be an issue in your mind. Wealth should not be an issue in the mind. Either I don't have the wealth wala kaho, or I have the excessive wealth, I want the excessive wealth kaho, or how to manage that I don't know. This should never come after certain age. That is the meaning of vitta yeshana tyaga. Consciously we have to do. Else you will be caught up in that swasti marga, we will never become qualified for. How systematic, see? यज्ञदानैः वित्तेषणां त्यक्त्वा यज्ञदानैः then गृहैः दारसुत एषणां. So the Eshana dependency slavery toward the wife and the children by the Grihastha ashrama systematically having gone through with Vivek and Vichakshana. So the Sutta Eshana gone away by fulfilling the responsibility of setting them in the proper places, and knowing that they are also jivas, they have also wisdom, they will work out their life. If they require, they seek my help, why only me? There are so many Mahatmas they can take. In that way, the Eshana, the insistence or the dependency or slavery to the children has to be given up. And so too, what about the Dara Yeshana Tyaga? You have taken care of her sufficient. You yourself have become sufficiently old now. You can't take care of her. Then what to do? Give her to the children. Let the children take care of mother. If she wants to go with you for the Vanaprastha Sannyasa, then she must know all the difficulties there. She can go. But on the whole, the Eshana toward the Dara and the Putra should be given up. The putra yeshana is that you think they depend on you, leave them, they can. And the dara yeshana is you depend on them, so that also you come out. Slowly as the age comes, that yeshana, the slavery, the dependency on them has to be given up. How to do that? First thing is learn to live in minimum. The more you need the things to fulfill those needs, you need the people. Then you fall into the Eshana. इसलिए वानप्रस्थ आश्रम में ना क्या है उसका जरूरत वानप्रस्थ का कि you reduce all the needs. Why? Because you are all alone. To fulfill more needs, so you have to work more. You have no capacity. You have no time for that. That's what wonderfully this Vanaprastha Ashrama helps. है कि नहीं? अब देखो पत्नी है, बच्चे हैं, तो इस्त्री कपड़े चाहिए बिकॉज दे आर देयर टू मेक द कपड़ा इस्त्री. अब नहीं है वो लोग, देन देयर नो चांस फॉर यू टू डू इस्त्री, देयरफॉर ऐसे कपड़े पहनोगे, देयरफॉर यू हैव कॉन्कर्ड वन डिपेंडेंसी ऑन सच थिंग. है ना? ये द वाइफ चिल्ड्रन आर देयर, तो एक दाल बना दो, दो सब्जी बना दो, एक तरी वाला, एक सूखा वाला, पपड़ भी लगा दो. अब कोई है नहीं बनाने के लिए, एक दाल एक चावल बस. यू कांट मेक मोर. मैं जितना बनाऊं उतना बर्तन धोना है. Then your time is gone for it. You can't do your sadhana, etc. In Vanaprastha, lot of tapasya of chantings, tapasya of the upasanas, tapasya of the bhajana, कीर्तना, जप कर कर करके मन में जो तमो रजोगुण है उस सबको धुलाई करके सत्वगुण लाकर नेक्स्ट स्टेज कॉल्ड संन्यास के लिए तैयारी होनी है. दैट्स कॉल्ड वानप्रस्थों को करने का काम. You understand the connection? That is why the Dara and Putra Yeshana ko Gruhaihi means by systematically living Grahastha Ashrama and putting an end at right time with prior maturity, you have to conquer that. ये सब सजेशन है, कंपल्शन नहीं है. मोक्ष चाहिए तो कंपल्शन है, नहीं चाहिए तो तुम्हारे मर्जी. जिंदगी तुम्हारा ऐसे पाप करो, गधा भैंस भी बनोगे, नरक भी जाओगे, कौन रोकेगा? Nobody, including God, interferes in Jiva's evolution or devolution unless we ask them. It is your life. You have to take charge. You have to charge. You have to discharge your duties. This is a second one. फर्स्ट वित्तेषणा क्लियर हो गया, सेकंड दारपुत्रेषण हो गया. थर्ड वन क्या हुआ कि आत्मलोक एषणाम. The Ashana in us, कि I have to go to this higher world, that higher bhoga, this higher post. इस जन्म में तो मैं प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बन पाया, अगले जन्म में बनूंगा. These are called as Loka Ashana. And I want to go to the Yaksha Loka, Kinnar Loka, Kimpurusha Loka, Siddha Loka, Charana Loka, Swarga Loka, Naga Loka, Gandharva Loka. They are all greater, higher happinesses are there compared to the Prithvi Loka as Manushya. Just like the tribal fellow thinks he wants to stay in the village. Village wala wants to come to the town. Town wala comes to some bigger town and he says district headquarters. Then he wants to go to the capital of the nation itself. Then from there, everyone want to go to America. They are kicking because of only one thing, bhoga. More comforts will be there, more money will be there. Lokayeshana is this. Definitely in the Yaksha Kinnara Kimpurusha Siddha Chanara Gandharva Lokas, Swarga, the Bhoga Sukha is much, much more promising than that on earth. No doubt. But that is also an Ashana, and that also makes you slave. That also is an abstraction for the Moksha Marga. So how that आत्मलोक ऐषणा, आत्मलोक में आत्मा मतलब मुझे, लोक मीन्स अलग अलग लोकों में जाना है, ऐषणा मीन्स डिजायर. हाउ दैट हैज टू बी कॉन्कर्ड? कालेना. What is the kalena? Knowing that all of them are earned through a lot of hard work. But then once that investment is over, that comes to an end. Then you are back to square one with this knowledge. Kalena means abrahma bhuna lokaha punaha avartina arjuna. When you stay in a 7-star hotel, how long you will stay? As long as the budget permits. When the money is over, 7 to 5 to 3 to 2, 1 to, you have to be on the multi-star only in a jhopadpatti finally. And remember, from the higher sukha bhoga, coming to the lower level is more painful than remaining in the lower ones. And we don't want ultimately as a matured human being to reach to those lokas, how much our pleasure giving they are, but end one day. We should aim at the permanent bliss. That is only in the knowledge of self. Therefore, finally directing our goal to be the Atyantika Shreyas, which was said as Swastyayana Pantha. Slowly these Ashanas we have to transit. Like somebody asks me, स्वामी जी आपको अमेरिका घुमाना चाहते हैं, चलिएगा 2 महीने. मैं कहता हूँ 10 साल पहले आए तो आई वुड हैव कम विथ यू. अभी मेरा आत्मलोकेशन खत्म हो चुका है. आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विथ माई शास्त्र अध्ययनम, touching the truth, meditating and doing this. Any loka I go, after 1 2 months you will throw me back to my own place only. Then उसके बाद मुझे वो सारे disturbance, agitation, my main purpose is disturbed, वो सब बकवास, I will not come now. हाँ, 20 साल पहले तो काल है ना, वो काल अलग था. देन वी वांट टू डू दिस दैट, अब कुछ नहीं. अभी लोकेशन गॉन. Thank God nobody calls me also to come to. 1 or 2 people used to call me. They also understood. स्वामी को बोला unnecessary headache. They stopped asking. मजा आ रहा है मुझे. I can do 6 7 classes online. This facility God has given luckily in these days. If I go there, only 1 class, 2 class बस. बाकी टाइम पूरा agitation, disturbance, rajoguna of the mind. Same thing which was done only in the past. You go to people, talk to them only of the worldly things. Uh, we should have the maturity in us after a result of studying Shastra regularly. Remember today's our introduction in Bhagavata is what? The Rishi Munis are those who know what they are unnecessaries, non-essentials, and they don't go for them. Whatever essential, only that they do, that also very deeply. Didn't we do our introduction today? Those who have come, same thing, continuation. So Atma Loka Eshanam Kalena Visrujet, that is a Buddha, a wise person. Kalena matlab, everything has an end which has a beginning. We want to reach to that endless, beginningless truth. Let us not waste our time and energy for this. So Vitta Eshana by Yagna and Dana. Then Dharaputra Eshana by systematically going through Grahastha Ashram and finishing the responsibilities. Then Atma Lokeshana by the Kala. The fourth one is called Grame Tyakta Eshanaha Sarve. Grame means all the Gramya Sukhas of इंद्रिय लोलता या साहब ये सही रूटीन है, इसका कोई अंत नहीं है, इसको इतना ही मजा रहता है, ऐसे मेच्योरिटी से उसको छोड़ देना. यार ग्राम एशना मीन्स लिविंग इन ए ग्लैमरस सिटी विथ ऑल द कंफर्ट्स, ये भी उसको भी अर्न करना पड़ता है ना, उसको भी मेंटेन करना पड़ता है. और उसमें मिलने का क्या है? ए लिटिल प्लेजर, बट द कॉस्ट इज वी आर नॉट गोइंग फॉर अवर स्पिरिचुअल साधनास. विथ दिस आइडिया लिविंग ऑल दैट. ग्रामे त्यक्त एषणा. That's what I said yesterday. Grama Eshana is equal to glamour Eshana. हाँ, आपको हंसी मजाक के लिए नहीं, हकीकत के लिए बता रहा हूँ. Giving up this grama Eshana means first thing, stop coloring the hair. Second, stop going for all cosmetic operations or surgeries to look 30 when you are already 80. ये सब बकवास है, ये वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम. दैट्स नॉट गोइंग टू रिड्यूस योर एज, इट विल नॉट पोस्टपोन आवर होल डेथ. जब आना हो तभी आएगा. ये सब बकवास है, ये सब ग्राम है ना. बिकॉज यू वांट टू लुक गुड, यू आर गोइंग टू डिफरेंट प्रोग्राम्स, देयरफॉर यू हैव टू अपीयर. दैट इज सिनेमा में नाटक करने वालों को दे नीड द फैंस, देयरफॉर दे डू इट. वी आर स्पिरिचुअल सीक, हाउ कैन वी वेस्ट आवर टाइम फॉर दिस थिंग्स? These are all called Grama Eshana. Every 2 months whitewashing the house because it should look good for others. अरे उसमें कितना टाइम वेस्ट होता है. Every 3 months change the car. Like this, all of them are the Gramya Eshanas. Gramya means the worldly pleasures which are more than what minimum necessary required for our survival. Everything comes in there. You organize a social party and everybody invite, or somebody invites going there, all of that grama Ashana. उससे temporary tickling मिलेगा, but more than that, the time is wasted, energy wasted, mind is disturbed, vasanas are created. Everything. Grama Ashana includes going to cinema, picnic, park, घूम के रह जाना, मिलने जाना दोस्तों को. Alumni meeting, I'm organized 40 years back, our friends. Bakwas है, only digging the grave of past. These are all for those who are never exposed to spiritual knowledge, spiritual truth, spiritual goals. When we have studied Shastra, how can we go for it? Waste of time. देखो कितना कम इम्पॉर्टेंट है सारा नॉलेज. Grame Tyakta Yeshana Sarve Yayuhu Dhiraha. With a dhirata, dhirata here is commitment for going and doing such tapasyas. Then the heart is purified, then the Lord is established in that heart. With this dhirata, Yayuhu Tapovanam. All the wise people this way have gone to Tapovanam, stayed there, did tapasya through that Vanapastha ashrama. Thereafter, they deserved the Tattvopadesha from the Gurus, they received, they meditated, they realized. Therefore, my dear friends, O Rajas, do it. This way, systematically in few shlokas, having guided the main thing. Now, equally important, another thing the rishis are guiding. Okay, just because we told you straight away, don't do all of that in such a manner without any qualification or thought. And what is that? Every human being comes with a three runa. So clear those three runas, then go for exclusive spiritual sadhana through the sannyasa ashrama where tattva mahavakya upadesha you receive, contemplate on that till the experience comes. So that portion tomorrow we will see. Then they say to Vasudeva, two runa you have cleared out of three, one more you do through the yagna. So that yagna also to clear your third runam, that yagna also is an answer to your question of karma nirharaha. That yagna itself is the giver of this mana shanta chitta upashama. It is the highest dharma. It makes you qualified for the atma jnanam and other things which were said. So keep all that in mind and sort out the things, plan properly, and live life not only for this worldly thing, worldly achievement, but for the ultimate also. That's what is the advice. See, अगर वसुदेव जी नहीं पूछते तो ऋषि लोगों को सब ज्ञान है, but they would have not given it. Because he asked, because they gave, because Vyasa ji has incorporated Bhagavata, because Shukdev ji taught it to Parikshit, ये हमारे तक पहुंच गया, जिसमें कितना सिंपल वर्ड्स में सारा मार्गदर्शन जीवन में मिल रहा है जीवन के लिए. Tomorrow we'll see that portion. Then was there so excited? Where will I get such an opportunity to have so many Ritviks of the highest to cadre? तो उन्हीं को चुन लेते and they make him do the yagna, and beautiful yagna is done. And as said by them in lavish way, he does the dana ये वो. बहुत सुंदर टॉपिक अभी आने वाला है. पाठ तो हमने पूरा किया, लेकिन we have not gone beyond the upadesha of the rishis, because our today's target was how deeply involved we do our sadhana. For example, our study. So we tried today, we succeeded also. So everything, every class, every sitting for our upasana, japa, puja, in this way, deeply involving when we do, taking them to be the essentials, definitely we are on right path. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai Guru Sa Pranaya Panaya Vyanaya Udanaya Samanaya Brahmani Madhya Madhya Hastapad Vrakshadana Chamanatambula Nirajanandarshayami Om. ओम नीलमेघ श्याम कृष्ण नित्य मोहन कृष्ण बाल गोपाल भव्य वेणुगान लोल नवनीत भक्त जना धार परम दयावाद्य मुक्त सब गीता वृदात तत्र सूर्य नारायण नमो ब्रह्मा ब्रह्मलोक व्यासाय योगींद्राय नमस्ते. बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. श्री वेदव्यास शुकदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु गण की धर्म संस्थापक गण की जय. थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स. ओम.